Hi everyone, Caroline here. If you have been wearing crystals for a long time, or if you're currently wearing a crystal, and then something happens to you when you're wearing that specific crystal that causes a significant change in your body, or that causes your bones to really rattle within you, or causes some significant injury that takes you to the hospital, or causes you to get on some medication, or really throws you off. If you're wearing that crystal or some specific crystals that you have been working with for a while, it's time to change that crystal, because that change or that injury or that significant thing that caused something to rattle and shake in your energetic structure has caused a major shift that may require you to change your crystal, because that shift in energy has changed the energy within the crystal that was in resonance with you before that incident occurred. So when something like that occurred, and especially if you've been working with that crystal for a specific thing, that is your cue to change that crystal, because the energy has changed. The old energy where everything was working in harmony with you is now gone or broken, and a new energy where something has come in and cut to the core of something and caused your energy to shake or your body to shake or the frequency to change has now been imbued within the energy of this crystal. So if you're expecting to continue to use that crystal for the same purposes that you have been using it before that incident occurred, do not sort of expect the same results with the crystals, or do not even blame the crystals for not working, because that energy has shifted. This is just a way for you to pay attention and to notice when things are happening to you, especially if you're working with crystals to support your process. You know, I was reminded about this the other day when I was running and I fell. And at that specific time, I'd been working with a set of crystals for a while. And then it just occurred to me that when I fell, I had open wounds. And you know what happens when you have open wounds? Usually sometimes there's germs, there's viruses, there's other things that come, in that space of the wound to kind of contaminate the area and whatnot. And then as I was sitting down in meditation, really trying to reflect on why I had fallen down and whatnot, it just occurred to me that I needed to remove my crystals, the ones that I was using when I was running, and, replace them with other energies and other crystals that would now support the new me that I'm in, because the dynamic had changed. What was working before I fell down and had that cut and had those wounds had now changed energetically. And therefore I had to change my crystals to now bring in a new energy to support the process of healing going forward. And then the old crystals that I was wearing, the ones that I was wearing before that fall, now had to be cleansed and recharged, just to, release everything that had been attracted to them until the point at which I fell down. So, you cannot carry on with the same dynamic when something has changed. And this is just how we are usually. We just keep insisting, or we just close our eyes to the realities of what's happening, when you really should be paying attention and opening our eyes to what's going on. You know what I mean? I just had learned what I needed to learn from that experience of falling, and I knew at that point that it was time for me to change the crystals. The dynamics of energy change. We have to go with the flow. We cannot insist on being on the same path and using the same tools when the energy has already shifted. Crystals are wonderful teachers, and we also have to be wonderful students. We have to pay attention. We have to see how things are moving, how nature is moving, how nature is flowing. Sometimes there's the sun, sometimes there's the wind, sometimes there's the rain. You know what I mean? Sometimes there are storms, sometimes there's earthquakes. We have to pay attention and see how we can recalibrate our own lives based on what's happening to us, and use the correct tools for the specific incidences, and be willing to change also to be able to flow with the energy that takes us to the places that we need to go, right? So it might be time for you to change your crystal if you've had a significant thing that has happened in your life, if you've been sick, if your energy has been thrown off in some way, if your bone structure has been rattled in some way, if some kind of depression and whatnot and things that you don't want have been occurring in your life consistently for a while now, change your crystals, okay? In the meantime, let me know what you think, and until next time, I love you guys. Bye.